v.h.s.x? What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're having a reaction discussion video about a JCGlitchmaster titled Cheaters Are Out in Full Force, Dead by Daylight. Original video will be linked in the description, but I've never seen this before and I haven't really been playing the game.
I see.
This person then proceeded to hold me hostage.
Wrong idea, bro. No, stop. Oh, I'm stuck. That's good.
My disappointment.
Well then, it seems like the game is once again, as we fully expected, on fire. This is what I've been discussing for the past couple of videos, and it seems like now it's getting even worse. I didn't think it was possible. How exciting. That is, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I have not played the game at all, so interesting to see that it's still the dumpster fire we expected. Kind of a damn shame. And I feel sorry for people that have been playing this game consistently.
Is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
They held me hostage because I wanted the killer to try and hook me, and the cheater said, and I quote, they weren't hurting anyone.
You tried. It's not gonna work because you can do it through the wall. Yeah.
I wasn't hurting anyone.
What the heck?
I don't know, guys. I think the pinhead being unable to play the game would constitute as hurting somebody. But hey, what do I know? Also, you'd lose the argument of you're just having fun and not harming anybody, even if you are harming someone. If the moment someone tries to play around the cheats, you hold them hostage. It could have been something somewhat interesting. You know, I tried to work around your cheats. You tried to work around us working around your cheats, like a bit of a tug of war. But no, gotta go straight to holding hostage, right? Because all you're there for is fun, clearly. Anyway, I just played Overwatch instead while I was being held hostage. Ironically, it was the most fun part of this stream.
Got him. GG's, guys.
Nice.
Well, yeah, thank you, JCGlitchmaster, for showing how people can combat this problem. And it's doing this. It's doing this. Playing something that you enjoy. Something that you find fun. That's what you should be doing. Don't play this dumpster fire of a game. Just play something else. That is the way to do it. That is the way to do it. I am happy to see it. I am glad that people can do it. It's awesome. Maybe you should try it sometime if you're not enjoying the game. Because there's nothing we can do as players. What can we do, right? I mean, all we can do is not play, so maybe we can show our distaste for the game.
And streamed the next day, and 1 hour into that stream, this happened.
I'm kidding lying. This is probably one of the better menu musics as well.
I just love the fact that once again we can see totems just being completely hot garbage on killer. Once again, on top of the fact that it's a cheater. You know, which is probably unrelated to this, but it just goes to show you, you know? They really should be able to relight some totems. I think that should be a base kit feature for some totems. Maybe not all, but some, you know, because that is kind of insane. Like, I don't know why you could just spawn in with your totems lit and they're just destroyed immediately. Now, obviously, it's not actually this fast because you know, the cheater literally spawned in and already hopped on the damn totem without anyone even being able to load in yet. But yeah, balancing ain't looking too hot, obviously, for the killer totems, and then on top of that, the cheater issue is seemingly even worse now than it was before, which I didn't even think that'd be possible. I didn't think that the problems would get even worse. Like, this is almost just like the frosting and the cherry on top of the shit pie that we've been given by behavior. So this is kind of insane. We love to see it, you know what I mean? Now we have cheaters as well, just really just rubbing it all in, you know what I mean? Just really making sure that we can really soak in the sewage, you know what I mean? It's really amazing that we have that, you know? It's just phenomenal, you know, absolutely.
Who's the killer?
Pig. Yeah. So the pig ain't got a goddamn shot,
Place
and there you go.
on Face the Darkness.
Test. I got the same person.
Yeah, that's the kind of the problem, I would say, when you are going against a team with a cheater on it, is the fact that the survivors will be just blissfully unaware of that occurring, right? Main point is, when you are going against cheaters, sometimes, or you're gonna have teams that will actively just start trying to gaslight you when there's blatantly cheating going on, because they just are blind to everything that's going on in the match. And mind you, like I've said, not a JCGlitchmaster issue. It's not personally to him, but in general, that's another big problem when you're going against cheaters too. You know what's funny is that I actually went against a cheater, I think on stream recently. It was like some kind of, like, they were definitely trying their hardest to make it subtle, but because I've played this game enough, I was able to kind of tell that they were making lots of distance off of like different vaults in different parts of the swamp map that just were not physically possible otherwise. And I've seen other people like going around those vaults or doing other things like that, and it just was not giving them the same distance that it would have gave that specific character. So I have to say, even in my short time playing the game recently, I've even seen a cheater before. And I made sure to just quickly report just in case, because it just seemed a little off that they were like really making a lot of distances, a lot of off of different things, especially around Shack. Like, they managed to be inside of Shack and then all the way around in less than half a second. So it just seemed a little off. You know, I really have no concrete evidence, only because of the fact that I didn't have any auras on, but maybe if I did have an aura build, I might have been able to see them kind of zooming around. But either way, I have to say that this is a prevalent problem, and if you guys are also experiencing the same thing, let me know in the comment section, because this is interesting to see. Biggest, I think, issue that you may encounter when you are either having a cheater on your team as a survivor player, or, you know, in my case, if you're facing a cheater in your games, a lot of the time you're gonna have their teammates just like defend them and you know, try to body block for them and stuff like that. And it's because they're not aware that it's occurring for, you know, for the reasons obviously stated. Like, they're not really paying much attention to it. So it's an unfortunate reality of this game.
Just smooth like an egg in there, isn't it?
Because when the last gen popped, they timed a heal to make it look like adrenaline, and they weren't just randomly healing mid-chase, they would always use a medkit to try and hide the fact that they were cheating. Not only this, they were changing their build based on what the killer was using, since their cheats let them see what the killer's running in the menu. So in the pig match, she had a hex build, so she ran counterforce. This meant that when all of the hexes got cleansed, it wouldn't be as suspect. And then the next match, there was no hex build, so they swapped it out for duty of care. This was all done to hide the fact that they're cheating. If you lose all your totems really quickly, but then you see counterforce in the endgame bit, you're less likely to expect that it was because of cheats that you lost all those totems. So this whole video is more of a PSA. If you're playing a match where you're just being dumpstered, there's a very good chance someone was cheating, because there are a lot of cheaters right now. People in my chat have also told me there's a big uptick in their matches too, and sometimes it is really hard to tell if they're cheating. Just the other day, I was watching One Pump for about an hour, and I kid you not, the match that I joined in on, he was playing against some subtle cheaters, and he didn't realize. He thought one was going super fast because of base kit BT, despite the fact that BT ran out. And at another point, they reset one of the players in 3 seconds. One Pump also said they had no healing perks, and that's not possible to get those kinds of reset speeds without a healing perk. And it was only after I went back and timed some of the things, because I thought it was sus, that it was obvious that they were cheating. So don't feel bad if you're struggling to find them, and honestly, it's probably not the best time to play killer right now, since people are doing it subtle.
The problem is that lately it hasn't been the best time to play killer in the first place. I mean, we've already been seeing the constant, just laundry list of problems that the killer side has already been experiencing. I mean, but like fog vials drop, that was a nightmare, obviously. Even before that, there's been a lot of healing perks that got buffed, so that was moved to the forefront of people's focus, which then started pushing us even further into the spiral of healing meta. Vigil, of course, is bugged and gives people like an incredibly strong stacking bonus to recovery for status effects, which means that more meta is getting obviously boosted to the top, which means the meta is even stronger, as well as the fact that there's a healing meta and also the fact that there was a fog vial problem. And then there was also the streetwise bug, which obviously led to even quicker games than normal, which the games are already too fast as they are. So then you have it even faster because you could potentially just have an infinite toolbox that can continuously boost the gens faster than natural speed. And then there's obviously the gigantic list of bugs on all the killers in the roster, I think, at this point. And yeah, I mean, all those things encompassed. I mean, obviously, then on top of that, you probably have seen the video. If you haven't, it'll be linked at the end. But talking about going against surviving with friends, another thing added to it. So communication, breaking the balance of the game, on top of the meta, and then on top of the other stuff like that we just listed. We just got all of that kind of sandwiched. And obviously, on top of that, you know, there's also very limited killer selection, because if you play low tiers, you're going to be then facing all of those ridiculous metas and perks combinations and all sorts of stuff. And your killer sucks, so it's not fun to play that either. So then you kind of have to play the high tiers, which can kind of get boring after a while. Rinse, repeat. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, what is the point of playing killer nowadays when you have to deal with that? And okay, let's also throw on little minor little lists, the little pieces we could throw on there for the like little seasoning, little sprinkles on top. The spawn changes also kind of affect your early game pressure unless you have lethal to even see where they are. Corrupt got subtly nerfed because of the spawn changes, so usually they would spawn by the gens being blocked, but because it doesn't work like that with the new spawn changes, Corrupt is doing what it originally did, but they're not spawning on the corrupted gen, so they're just already on a gen that isn't blocked. So that's amazing. You gotta love to see that. I mean, then you also had the last stand thing, I think, as well. I think that was, I don't know if that's still prevalent or not. There also has been a weird problem with, I think last stand is still bugged or something like that, or still broken, I forget. It was because of something with plot twist, so that also is another thing that adds on to it. So I mean, you know, it ain't looking too good for the killer players. I mean, honestly, like, you're just kind of going against just a gigantic stack of just issues on top of it. It's like, where's the fun? You know what I mean? Where is the fun? You know, let's also throw on the idea that well, you try to run your slowdown and you kind of can't because the gens are still quick. So that doesn't matter. So that's cool. That's exciting. So yeah, they ain't looking too hot for the killer players, man. Gotta say, not looking too great. But yeah, I mean, that is the state of the game right now. I mean, the list goes on. You know what I mean? If you guys have anything you want to add on to the list, please put it in the comment section. But yeah, it's not looking too good for us. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Check out the original video linked in the description. While you're there, you can also see ways to support the channel with the links. Consider following on Twitch to watch me play Killer live, and you can also follow on the TikTok for some clips and funny things. But that being said, appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.